So these 5 life lessons have made me wealthy, and I just wish I knew them earlier. So number 1 is the difference between an asset and a liability. This is something that Robert Kiyosaki talks about in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It basically boils down to this. An asset puts money into your bank account. A liability takes money out of your bank account. So think of anything that you're gonna buy, and if it's something you're gonna be continually putting money into, then that's a liability. But if it's something that you buy, and then you take that and it somehow puts money back into your pocket, and it's an asset. Some things can be turned from a liability into an asset. For instance, a car. You could buy a car and every month you have a monthly payment. Well, if you put that car on Turo and rent it out, well, now it's putting money into your pocket. It's one of the things I try to impress upon my son the most, which is things you buy, you can usually only spend your money once, and once you spend it, the money's gone. But if you can buy something that you can then turn around and it'll put money back in your pocket, whether you sell things with it, whether you rent it out, whether you use it to make money with, then it can be an asset. Number 2, your money must work for you. You can't just work for money. Now, this is huge. When you become an investor, you actually take your money and your money goes to work in a sense to earn you more money. In a regular job, you go to work every day, you work your hours, and then you get paid for the hours you work. But what happens when you're not working? There's no income coming in. So if you can take money and send your money to a job, well, now you can do whatever the heck you want. Me, I can go to the beach. I can go to Hawaii. I can go to my son's baseball game. My money is working in investment real estate like this. We buy properties, and those properties every month have profits left over from the rents and income and expenses. That profit gets sent back to me. So my money is working 24/7. I don't have to work all the time, and that money comes in. Number 3, recurring income is paramount. Whether that's rental income or royalties or something else, I have to figure out a way. And once I realize that income that comes in every month and replenishes itself every month is huge. Because a lot of times if you sell something, let's say you buy a watch and you sell it, well, you make a bunch of money and now you spend all that money. Well, now what do? You got to go out and buy something else and sell it or go to work again to have more money to spend. Well, when you have reoccurring income, for me, it's rentals from properties. Every month money comes in. Guess what? I can spend every dollar of that income because the next month another chunk of money is going to come in. I could spend all of that money. The next month more money comes in, and it rinses and repeats and it cycles. I wish I had learned that earlier because I would have started investing in things like that a lot earlier and made my life a lot easier. Number 4, your rich life is not the same as someone else's rich life. And what I mean by that is this. You see a lot on social media, people wanting certain cars and certain houses, and they want to do certain things and wear certain clothes. And it may sound cliche, but you don't have to want those same things. For me, I like certain cars, I don't like others. For me, I don't care too much about buying expensive clothes, I just want the clothes that I like. I read in a book one time that was great. This guy broke down everything he ever wanted, where he wanted to live, how many times a week he wanted his house to be cleaned, what kind of cars he wanted, what kind of food he wanted to eat. And he broke it down. And he said, look, everyone thinks you need $1 million a year. But he, and this guy's pretty rich, broke down his life and it only ended up adding to like $218,000 a year that he needs to spend to get that life. So he's like, look, I don't need $1 million. He needed $218,000. So for you and for me, figuring out what kind of life you want can be a big impact on your happiness and what kind of money you need to make to have that. And number 5 is track your finances. Just like a plant, what you water grows. What you pay attention to grows. So when it comes to money and getting wealthy, pay attention to your finances. Track it on a monthly basis. Track it on a weekly basis. Talk to your CPA at the end of the year. Hey, how did I do this year? What did I do differently? Better or worse? What could I do better next year? Having a firm handle and tracking where your finances are going is huge. I wish I knew that earlier. I wish I had always spent my time on spreadsheets tracking where my money went. But now that I do, I'm able to know exactly what I spent more on, less, which accounts have been growing, which businesses are growing, which real estate properties are doing better or worse, the more you can track and pay attention to, the more that is going to grow in your life. My name's Chris Collins. These are the 5 things that I wish I would have known earlier that have helped make me wealthy over the years. And now that I'm tracking them and paying attention to them, they have a big impact on my life. I hope that's helpful for you. Talk to you tomorrow about investing, about real estate, about finance, about life.